Hello there, this is Gerald and welcome to my first ever web design and development tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be building a simple sign up and login demo, and I'll walk you from scratch into building a page that will generate for us this kind of user interface, so that if the sign up button is clicked, a Bootstrap pop-up model of this comes in, or else if the login is clicked, this other one pops in. Alright, without wasting time, we are going to get started. I will minimize this so that we can use it later on to check on our progress, how far we've moved. So I have also come up with a simple follow-up list of things that we shall need on a sticky note. So the first one is project setup, of which we shall need a server, and the server is WAMP, which stands for Windows, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. If you're using Linux, you'll need to download this and install it. And we shall also be using a CSS framework, which is called Bootstrap. Actually, it's the most popular CSS framework for developing beautiful and responsive mobile fast websites. Then we shall move on to the page setup, of which we shall have our parent folder, which will be the name of the project that we are working on. It's called signup_login_demo. Inside there we shall have a file called index.php, and we shall have a folder called styles, which will be for all our CSS work, individual CSS work apart from the Bootstrap. And the file name will be main.css. Then we shall also have another folder called includes, and we shall put in our header.php here. Alright, let's get started. And the first thing that you always need to do is to start up your server. I'll say WAMP, double click it, and say yes. And if you see that your WAMP server has turned into green like this, then it means that it's running. So you need to start your browser and check your server. 127.0.0.1 is usually the root folder of our server, and the server is installed usually on C, and we need to dig into the project setup. So mine is here, WAMP64. Look for the www folder, which is here, and create a folder inside it called projects. I already created mine because I have earlier projects. You can see I have this. I have a number of things inside here, and I also have a number of projects here. So we want to see whether this will appear here. Since our server lets us put everything inside the www folder, this should reflect here. Put a slash here and say projects, or else the name of the folder that you have created. And of course you see this too here. This brings us to our first page setup here. We need our parent folder to appear here, and the parent folder will be called signup_login_demo. I am a lazy man and I'll just copy this. I will just copy this. Copy. Okay, come here. But usually I tell people that if you're here, you don't need every time to come over here. Just send this as a shortcut to your desktop so that you can access it from your desktop. Yes, send it there and move to your desktop so you have it here. Or if you have to, you need to delete the other one. Okay. Over here, then create a new folder, and the name of the new folder should be this, which reflects with this. Let's check whether it shows up here. Great, it's here and it should be empty. Yes, it is. Okay, we move on to the next item, which is creating our index.php. Okay. you need a text editor, and for my case I always use Notepad++. We start here with our document declaration. Doc type. Our doc type is HTML. Then I assume that you know these ones here already. HTML, you need to close it up. And oh, by the way, they are not showing any colors here because we haven't yet saved it. Okay, let's first save it. Save it as call it index.php and put it inside here, our desktop projects, or sign up here. Yes, index.php. Yeah, now at least they are reflecting. Okay, it's not dot type but doc. It is doc type but not dot type. Okay, inside here you have your head, and you have your body, and inside head you have your title. Close it up, title. Okay, good to go. Click save. And now if you refresh this and you click on this, it will take us to a blank page. Brings us here. Okay, if you want to see anything that you have worked on, we're just testing. Hello world. This is Gerald. Wherever. Okay. Save. Okay, it's working, but we need a title so that something appears here. And the title should be login and what did we do? Logged in and sign up. Demo. Control save. Okay, good. Thumbs up. Congratulations for your first page. We need now another folder called styles. Styles. I'm a lazy man. I will just copy this. You come here inside this, you create a folder called styles. And inside this folder, we shall create a file called main.css so that we can give instructions for this. This page is just like a skeleton, so we need to put on it some clothes. Control New and save it fast. Fast always save. And you say main.css. Move it inside here and put it there. So we need to link it up. And to link up, you need this tag link relationship rel is equals to, by the way, first close it, relationship, and we need another one here, href, our location, where is it located? And our relationship is, it's a style sheet, and the location is found inside styles, and it's called main.css. Okay, how do we know that it's working or not? Usually I like giving this one a try. So we're going to call this element, which is body, and we tell our body to put on a red dress, a beautiful red dress. So background color, we call it red, and control save. If this turns into red, we are done. But if it doesn't, we need to check for errors. Refresh. Okay, our CSS is working. Everything is okay. Control save. And we still come back here. And we say we need another folder called includes. But why do we need this folder? Why do we need this folder? Well, in the future, our links here will be many, and if we shall be using Bootstrap, we shall need to link the Bootstrap CSS and many few things, and also we might need to link into jQuery and many JavaScript files. We shall keep them here, but because these files will be used by the same I mean, not by the same, but by different other pages, we need to keep them in one page so that they can be reused. If there is anything to change, we just change in one page, and that page is called header.php. So we shall need to create a folder called includes. Come here and say new folder. This time I will type because it's easy. Okay, includes, and inside includes we need to new. You need to save it as. We say header.php. Okay, inside here, and here we shall just leave the title, but the rest of these things we shall take them away. They will be increasing in number, so just Ctrl X, cut it away, and take it to header. But our header will start with a PHP code. So question mark PHP. Okay, paste them here. Let's paste them here and save. And if you refresh this, everything is not working. Yes, the CSS is not working. Why? Because we have not linked this. And we need to now link the header page here. Usually you will use a function first called PHP, and close it here, by the way. Close it first. And then you call a function called include. This is a function, and you close it here. So include, inside here we shall put the file name, this, and we know that it is inside a folder called includes. From here to here, this is the relationship, it's called includes. So you say, you call it includes, and you put slash, and the name of the folder is header.php. Okay, save, refresh, it should turn to red. No, it's saying there is an error on line number 2. On line number 2, there is an error. Okay, we need to find out where the error is and fix it as soon as possible. Okay, let's try to find out the error. The beautiful thing with this PHP is that it shows you where the real error has happened. So just get back to the browser and says that pass error blah 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 header.php on line 2. Okay, line number 2. We don't need this. No, I'm not on the right page. Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. Header, we don't need this. We don't need this, and we don't need this. Okay, just save it, and save this one also. Go back and refresh. Everything is working. So we have achieved this. All these, they are okay now. So if you face the same errors that I faced, fix them, and congratulations for doing that. But I don't like this red color. What do we do? What do you always do? Which colors can we use? So for this I have a HTML color code that I always use, which is this. It's a cheat list actually, and it has names of colors, blah blah, that you can use. So you can see this. You can either use these or the color names. These or the color names. So I'll be using this. And one that I prefer using most, it's over here. Let's head to our CSS page. Put the hash symbol, and then 36. You need to type there 36. So you need to type here a color code from here. The one that I've chosen, let me be using this. I'm using 3 over here. Type here, by the way. I'm using 3. Okay, you need to type this 36648B. Control save and refresh. Yeah, I like this. And now we need to remove this text. We need to remove this text out. Okay, refresh and check again. Okay, good to go. All right, so we are done, and we have totally nothing on our pages. Our page currently displays this. So moving on, we still need this Bootstrap, and I urge you to either download it, but if you have, then bravo. So you need to go to Bootstrap, enter, and don't mind about this language that is being displayed here. This is Japanese. So click on this, the first link that you see, and it takes you to the Bootstrap page. Currently, Bootstrap 4 has been deployed, and you can download it. But there are other versions of Bootstrap that are good for learning. 2.3, 3.37, 3.41, alpha, blah, 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 up to this, up to 4.31 and up to 4.4x. But usually, all these Bootstrap versions, they are good if you are trying to utilize these online sources, meaning that you're not going to run it locally on your machine. If you're going to run Bootstrap locally on your machine, I would propose that you download 3.3.7. Yeah, you need to download this version. You'll know the reasons later on. So click on that and download Bootstrap. You need to come to, you don't download this, but you download the source code. Download this or this one. I will cover the other tutorials about Bootstrap maybe in another tutorial, not this one, because I think it deserves a tutorial of itself. But for this, just follow what I'm telling you. Download the source code and say save it. Say okay. Okay, it's downloaded. Let's open the folder. Okay, it's here. Copy or cut. I prefer copy, and take it to your folder over here. Move it inside here and paste it here. Paste. Okay, so this is how I need you to set up your Bootstrap. First, right click here and extract. You can say extract here. Okay, it extracts to this. If you open this, this is the structure. So I need you to rename this file, because just rename it to Bootstrap. This folder, I mean, you rename the folder to Bootstrap, and let's delete this. So the reason why I told you that you need to download this Bootstrap is because of the folder structure. If you need to learn about most of these things, you can find this version of Bootstrap more important. You can click on Docs and come to Examples, and it gives you examples of how to build on this. So today we are going to focus only on two things, a Jumbotron and a model. So it will show you how you need to build a Jumbotron and blah blah. So if you just click on this, a Jumbotron should be something like this. But we're going to turn this Jumbotron into something beautiful, like this one here that you're seeing here. So we are done with this, but we need to set up these files so that we link them to our page. Come back here. There are a number of files, just a few of them, not so many, that I would like us to use. I'm going to show you which ones we need and which ones we might not need now. So back to our folder, our Bootstrap structure, we shall need these files. The first one is the Bootstrap CSS file, which is found inside here, dist CSS, and we shall need the minimum one, a compressed one, bootstrap.min.css, this one. And we shall also need the JavaScript one, bootstrap.main.js. And we shall also need, I said we shall need to work with a model. So you need to come to JS, try to see which ones you need to work with. But actually, usually if you're setting up your project, you need all these files. You need all these files. Then we shall also need jQuery. You come to vendor. Inside here, you'll find this jQuery. So this is the beauty with this version of Bootstrap. But if you download a different version of Bootstrap, a higher version, you will not be finding these files here, and you will find it very hard to link up. So the first one is that we're going to link this one, the CSS, bootstrap.main.css, and it's found inside here. This is the folder structure. From here, sign up, demo, bootstrap, dist CSS. So we need to go to our header file. Here. So instead of linking them up here, remember we moved this to a header file to keep all our files here. So usually you start with a comment, and this is how comments are. Yes, this is a comment. So for the first thing that we need to do is bring the meta tags, the required meta tags. Bootstrap required meta tags, and these ones here, they are really required. And after this, we shall also need to put our Bootstrap CSS. Bootstrap CSS, and we shall also need, after this, I prefer to copy and paste even if it's a comment. Bootstrap CSS. After this CSS, we shall JavaScript JS files. So the first one is, it's not inside the comment, by the way. The first one is our meta, and it's char set. You type there meta, and then char set is equals to UTF dash 8, close this app, and the second one, these are really required. You say meta, and the name is equals to, you need this, the name is viewport, then you need content is equals to width. Inside width, we are saying that it should be device dash width, comma, the initial dash scale is equals to 1, comma, shrink dash to dash fit is equals to no. And we need to close this. You can either close it with this. Okay, this is done. Good. Save. And we now need the Bootstrap CSS. Since we have this link here, you can write another link, blah blah, link relationship is equals to style sheet href is equals to, where are we linking it from? We say the folder is called Bootstrap. The folder is called Bootstrap. So you say Bootstrap slash, inside here, where is our CSS folder found? Bootstrap, it's inside dist slash CSS, dist slash CSS slash bootstrap dot mean dot CSS. Talking about this file here, bootstrap dot mean dot CSS. Okay, thumbs up for this. This is done, and I will be demonstrating for you. I can whittle this down, but I want you to see, so that's why I've increased this. Bootstrap.main.css, and yes, and then this is our CSS file. This is our CSS file, Bootstrap, and our CSS. Then the Bootstrap JS, we need to come here to JS folder and say bootstrap.main.js, but this is not a JavaScript file. I mean, this is a JavaScript file, not a CSS file. So you have to say script, and you have to also close it here with script. Yes, I hope this makes sense to you. And the only thing we need inside here is the source called src, which is the same as the href there, by the way. And it's also inside bootstrap slash what was this bootstrap slash dist slash, instead of cs it is js. I'm talking about this file, by the way, dist js, then bootstrap.main.js, bootstrap.main.js slash bootstrap.main.js. Great. And if you have time for your case, you can include all these that you find inside here, all these that you find here, but the first one, which is a must, is this jQuery inside vendor jQuery. So it's Bootstrap JS tests vendor. This should be like that. I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to copy this because I don't want to waste a lot of time trying to. And it's Bootstrap. The folder is called JS tests vendor. Should be something like this, jQuery. I don't know, but we can check. So it's Bootstrap JS tests vendor jQuery jQuery.min.js. Great. After this, you need this one here. Any of these should be important to you. For my case, I will use this. I'll be using a model, so I will need to link up this model.js, and it's Bootstrap JS model.js. Just paste the same thing here. Control V, dist JS, not dist, but this JS model.js. I think it makes sense. Sign up, login demo, Bootstrap JS model.js. If you will be using tooltips, blah blah, all these ones here, you can link them up. So up to here, this is enough. And now you know why we put all these in the header file, because later on, if we if we create another file called login.php, we shall not be writing these ones again in the head of that element. I mean, in the head of that page. Instead, we shall just write this. We shall just copy this and paste it there and say, plop, everything's okay. So we need to test this, whether or not it's working. So how do we know that this is working or it's not working? The first thing is that I'm going to create a button. I'm going to create a button, and inside this button, I'm not going to give it anything, and I will say, click me, and I'll save it. First, I'm going to disable our CSS. I'm going to disable our the Bootstrap CSS, because I don't want everything to be loaded from the CSS. So I will put it as a comment. I will comment this out, and I will remove this one here first. Let's comment all this, and we only need our own CSS. Control copy. We'll put our CSS before the comments. Control save. Save this, and it should show up as a button on our page. You can refresh after this and load the page. So after all these, what did I type? Click save, refresh. You can use F5 or something, refresh. So you see this. But what if we allow Bootstrap to take over? So I will undo what I did, remove this, and put it back where it was. And yeah, this wasn't here. Remove it. Control save. Come back here. We're going to use an inbuilt Bootstrap class called btn. You say class is equals to btn. You can either use class. No, I don't think this. Okay, btn danger. Yes, class is equals to btn danger. Control save, refresh. Nothing happens. We did something wrong somewhere. Okay, we have something wrong here, not working. We commented almost everything out. Refresh, and you find this. Great. I hope everything is working well. But if you again try to click on, we can change this to, instead of danger, we can say info. But I know our CSS is not working well. Great, you see this? So it means that our CSS, and CSS of Bootstrap is working well in our code. Okay, but we need to find out why our CSS is not working. The first thing is to check whether everything is okay. Yeah, of course, here everything is okay. Come back here. This should be blue, it shouldn't be red. So it means that there is a problem somewhere here. This. Close it, refresh, and our page should be looking better. Yes, it's okay. So we have linked a Bootstrap and everything is okay. So up to here, everything's fine. Here, fine. We now need the real work. We're going to start our real work here. Right, up to this point, thank you, and prepare for the real codes to transform this. Up to this, we only have this background. This, we still don't have this. So, ready to go. The first thing that we need to do is to create a div and close it up. Div is a division where you want to manage certain aspects of. So I usually like creating something that can be read. Inside this div, first you give it a class. Class is equals to container. Great. Inside this container, we're going to have another division. We're now using Bootstrap. Class is equals to, and I assume that you know this Bootstrap. Class is equals to raw. And you will need to close this also here. All right. Inside this, we are going to have another div also. This is a row, so we're going to create some columns. Div class is equals to, I told you that we shall be using a Jumbotron space, and the Jumbotron that we like to use is Jumbotron -fluid. Okay, close there, and you need to close this div too. So inside here we now need our columns, but we just have like one column. Div, sorry, I needed to sneeze, so I paused the video. So inside this we shall need another div also. This time we're going to tell it to occupy the columns that we want using Bootstrap. Call md medium 1 2, which is 12. Great. Inside this, we now want our first button to appear here, and the button is this one here, sign up and login demo. Okay, the sign up and login demo. So you say button, first close it, button, and here we need the class. Class is equals to we're calling it btn info, and we would like it to be a small button, btn small, and also we would like it to be block, btn block. Okay, inside here, what do we want? We need this writing, simple sign up and login demo. Simple sign up and login demo. Type it as fast as you can. Simple sign up and login demo. Okay, let's save this and refresh your page if there are no changes. Okay, refresh your page and this comes in. So where's our image? We have got this on track. We now need this, and to type in this, you realize that let's first see the image. Okay, we need a break line. We need a break line. We need a break line here. BR, which stands for break line. And after this break line, okay, we can either put it there or somewhere else. Let's put it. The screen is really, I feel like it's not enough. Okay, that's for the button. And another row item inside this row here, we shall need, by the way, as if it's not big enough, so we need to give it a header size, let's say h5. So we shall need to break the line here, break it, yes. Okay, and after this, of course, but we put this as a h5 for it, but you can put any that you want. So we're going to this, we need these ones here, these words. This is a tutorial to build. This is a tutorial to build, so you will need this. This is a Bootstrap trick, RARR. Okay, and you put that, and you say this is, what's the text saying? This is a tutorial to build a basic login system using HTML. This is a tutorial to build a basic, I would say, sign up and login system using okay, just stop there and let's break it. Save, refresh. Okay, good job. We are proceeding. I guess all is good. And in the next one, we need to say, I assume you already know Bootstrap. I don't want to go to the end of the line. Control copy, Control V. I assume you already know Bootstrap. Using HTML, CSS, PHP, and MySQL. Okay, save this up and refresh. Great, good to go. Great, so let's continue. So for these ones, for this text, you'll need to type them as fast as possible. So, okay, I just created it for fast. Break it twice and enclose this into strong. So after this, you break and you also break again, and you say strong by Gerald JJ. This is where it ends, and you break the line here. We can push this to the next line so that you can see actually. Here, blah blah blah. But I think we do not need this. We do not need this, and we might not even need this one here. So get it out, and this one too. Let's get it out. Control save. Check again. Okay. Everything is almost there. Okay, let's get going. But there was something that is not working on well. If you realize the size, this is too big, and our image here is too small. So that tells us that we are not using the columns. We are not using the columns, and maybe something went wrong. So I guess it's something around here that has not been well put. Okay, it's here. We need a div for our main column. Remember this other div here, this one here is just for this button. So we might need a different one. For that case, you need to close it. You need to close this div. You need to close this, and inside here you need to give the class, the Bootstrap class is equals to call md. We're not using 12, but we're click and save that. Cut everything which is here inside this div. By the way, you should see them matching the red until where it's stopping. So you need to cut everything which is inside this div. Ctrl X and paste it here. get this one back here and make sure that everything is all right. No, everything is not right. Control Z first and Control Z again. So we need to cut everything which is here and paste inside here. Okay, this one, Control X inside here, Control V, still there is a trouble? No, there isn't. Okay, let's just do some housekeeping. This goes there, this goes here, and yes, save it. Let's try again. Okay, good job. So we are left with this and this. These are two buttons that we need to create. Go back to your code and first you'll need to break from here, and you'll know that those are buttons. The first button here, it actually has a class of danger, and this looks like class info. So you need to create a div, create another div here. Then you need to create button, close the button, by the way. I always prefer using this. Okay, so the class is going to be btn, again btn dash danger, just like that, and you say sign up or else copy and paste this and say login. Control save this and change this to info, refresh and refresh here. Okay, they are here, but they are outside our divs. What happened? Great, just get them. They're here. Control X, cut them and put them here. So these are some of the mistakes that you can make as well. So it's good to see myself making some mistakes here and fixing them. Yes, good. So one thing that you need is to divide them up. So we need a break br here. Okay, great. What else do we need? We need to put them as block. Btn, no, inside the class, by the way. Btn block. I'm just a lazy guy. Control F. It should see them as block ones. Yes. Good job. But there is a kind of a line here, which is a break and a HR. So we need another one here called HR. And this is not how we write break lines. Okay, refresh again. Good. But you realize that there is one thing. We need this margin here. We need to push it down. So to push it down, we're going to use our own CSS. And do you remember here everything is under container? We only have one container. So copy this, by the way. Come to our CSS and just drop it there, dot container. The first thing that we want is to command a margin top. Oh, come on, margin top. And our margin top should be around 2%. And refresh, click on refresh. That should move a little bit down. Yeah, so it's okay. So now we need this. If someone clicks on this, something should pop up, or if someone clicks there, something should pop up. Remember, I said we shall be using models, Bootstrap model, and that's why we linked up here model.js. And we can now minimize this div, this one here. You can just minimize it here so that we can have our other div. Div class is equals to model. We shall be using model, and if you're using a model, you need an ID. The first one will be a sign up model. You need to close this, meaning that we shall have another model also for the login. So we need to close our div here. Okay, everything now goes here. A model usually has, of course, the content. First, you create another div and you say class is equals to. By the way, let's first close this div. The class is equals to model dialog. Inside this model dialog, you'll now have the content. I hope you're not wondering about the number of divs here. And here class is equals to, inside here you will need model dash content. Okay, you're going to create another div. I'll just copy this. Don't want to create a lot of divs. Copy and paste, and here it will be instead of the model content, but it will be the model header. And if you have header, you now know that you also have body and footer. Let's just replicate this and rename from header to body, and from body, and this should be footer. Okay, but clicking only this, saving it, does nothing. We need to link up this so that if someone clicks on this, it should take him there. And to do that, we need to come back here and give this one here, this ID. We need to call it from this button. We need to call it from this sign up button here. We need to call the ID. To link up this, you'll need to use the attributes. We're linking this button here, this, so that if someone clicks on it, at least a pop-up window should come, which is called a model. So we are going to use these attributes called data dash target inside the button, data dash target, and we are going to use also another one called data dash toggle is equals to. So for this, it's going to be a model. The toggle is going to be model, but the target we need to give it appropriately, which is the same as the ID here. So you need to copy this. And usually when you're using IDs, you realize that you use hash symbol. So you need to put your hash and put that there. Okay, let's save. Control save, refresh, click here. Yes, a pop-up has already come up. So this is good to go. Good to go. But we now need to work on, okay, we can now minimize this. We can minimize this, and we now need to work on either the header or the body. But for my case, I think we need these comments. You need comments here to know that this is the header, and another one here to know that this is the body, and another one here to know that this is the footer. Body. Okay, good to go. The first things first, we need the body. So what content do we need here? We need to check our image first. Okay, right, so checking through our image here and coming back, the model body, of course, it's this, it's a form. So this is a form. We need an email address, username, password, and a repeat password, and then 2 buttons. Okay, great. Let's come over here. So I'm going to type this, but it will take a while. It will really take a while, so I'll pause the video so that it doesn't take so many minutes as I type. All right, I have already pasted it here. I've typed as fast as I could, and right, inside the body we have the form element, opening tag and closing tag of the form is down here. So if I bring it down, I don't know whether you can really see this, but if you can see, well and good. This is what I have worked on so that it saves our time, but I will go through them one by one so that you can see them. Right there, form, the class is form sign in, and the action, just put their hash because we still don't have a file for processing this, and the method is post. So we need h3 here, which is form sign in heading, and it should be fill in your details and sign up as shown in this image. Fill in your form, fill in your details and sign up. Good. Then now the form elements. One we're saying label for is equals to input, email, blah blah. Class is SR only. SR only means that this label will not appear here. It will not appear. And SR means screen reader, meaning that if someone who is not seeing your screen, someone who is visually disabled, the screen reader will read for him what is there, and it will be like, hey, they need your email address, and he will fill. So this is the label, I think the other side, and the input type here is type is equals to email, and the ID input email, and class form control placeholder email address, and it is required. Out of focus. So this means that here this is the placeholder, you can see it inside, but when you start typing it doesn't show. So that's it. And you have a break line, then you have another label, just copy and paste the same thing, and here you say username, and then here you replace input email with input username, and the placeholder to be one word for your username. Then we also have a break line. Then after that, the second last label, which is for password, and the type is password. Then you also have another one for repeat password, for the user to repeat his password because you're going to register him. You can check over this slowly and type in correctly. And we also have this button class, btn blah blah, danger blah block, and here we're saying reset the fields. Then the other one is sign up, and this the type is submit. So if you, let me just minimize this, and I want to minimize the form. So this is the model body, and if you click on save, refresh, click here, sure, refresh, everything comes. Okay, this is done, but we're left with one thing, which is this X. We're left with this X. So what are we going to do? It's in the model footer. So you will need a button here. We shall need a button here. And the class, first you specify the class. What class is that? btn, okay, and it is btn, it's danger. And what else do we need? btn danger. What else? We need to dismiss this, so you need to say data dash dismiss is equals to, inside here you say model, so we're dismissing this model, so that if we click, okay, for time being we shall just write here cancel, control save. If it doesn't, it means we're not successful. Okay, here it's cancel, but you recall we have in our Bootstrap files here, we have a lot of things, and if you're to go over them, you'll find fonts, and if you're to click here, you'll find glyph icons. So we're going to use this X here as a glyph icon, and to use this glyph icon, we're just going to put here a small attribute. We're going to say span. Okay, we close the span. We close the span, and we don't need this. And inside the span, we're going to say class is equals to glyph. Oh, glyph. No, glyph icon. And dash remove dash cycle. Control save, refresh your page, sign up. Okay, nothing pops up. Class is equals to glyph icon. I don't know whether I'm typing rightly. Refresh. Nothing comes in. We need to find out why it's not updating. So get back to our code and come here. Okay. One thing is that we can still remove this span. Remove the span and come back to our button inside here and type in glyph icon inside the class, btn class, type in here. Sorry, you need to put this inside the class. All right, click and save and refresh. Check again. Okay, so our job is almost done, but you'll soon realize that there is this other thing here that we need to remove, and also this one here is still not working. So get back to our code and see where we might have gone wrong. Still, I think we need to put up the span element here, the span tag I mean here, and rework on this. Okay, so work on this. First you'll need to remove this from here. Just leave glyph icon here. Inside button there is glyph icon, and then our span element here, class is glyph icon, remove cycle, and you close it. Then this should be working. Control save and refresh it. Click on it again. Good. Reset and click on sign up. Takes us nowhere, but reset will. Then click on this whether it will close. Good job. We are done already. The next phase is, okay, this is our model. This is our model body and our model content. Let's just get everything down. Okay, this is our sign up model, so we can put a comment here. Not here, we can put a comment here before our sign up model here, and we say, close it first, and we say this is our sign up model. Okay, you all know why this is appearing like this. It's because I closed almost everything here. So this is our sign up model, and we might also need another model. If someone clicks on this is still not working. So it is the login model, and you all know where to go. The first thing first, come back here. This is this, and this is for sign up, and this should be for login. The first thing here, we need to put data target. Our data target is equals to, we shall create this later on, hash, and you call it login model. We shall need the login model, and the data toggle. My text editor has become intelligent now, knows these things, is equals to model. Just enter and say okay. But now we might need to try to get our hands working again, but I'm just going to copy and paste the same information, but I will remove the form. Okay, you need to know where this ends. Okay, it ends here. Control and copy this and paste it here. No time to waste. Sign up model, this becomes our login model. So if this is our login model, control save, and this ID, once again I will minimize this sign up model from here. This ID, which is over here, we need this ID so that when this is clicked on later on, it should bring us here. This is the body. The sign up ID is here. Paste it there. Okay, and we don't need this form here anymore. Remove it. Okay, this is header, blah blah, and body, and then the footer. Here, though, we might need the same. It's okay. We go back to our image and we see if this is clicked, it should come here. So we just need a form with username and password, then say sign in and close. And here we say to access content, please log in. We go back here and see what was in the other one. There. So for this, I'm also going to pause the video for a while and type it as fast as I can so that we don't take a lot of minutes typing. Just form element and what will be inside the form. All right, I'm done. And here we have the heading is H3 and it's saying to access content, please log in. To access content, please log in. Good. What else? You have email address, and input username. Okay, it isn't the email address. This is for screen readers. Username. This is the problem with copying and pasting. Okay, and then here password. All right, and then you have your sign in button. Right, the form closes here. Control save, refresh, click on this. Right, good to go, guys. Okay, nice. We come back here, and yes, we have finished. The model footer is the same, and yes, we are done for now. So I'm going to minimize this. Come here, minimize this, and you see this, and this is our Jumbotron. So you'll need to put here a comment also and say Jumbo. By the way, if your text is green, know that it's because of the comment. Yes, Jumbotron. So I minimize this. We have a Jumbotron, we have a sign up model, and a login model. What else do we need? Okay, click save, refresh, click here, close, click here, close. Let me see what else do we need. I think, okay, lastly, before we close this, we need to work on a few things on our CSS, which is on our model headers, if we really have anything there. No, we don't have anything in the model header. And let me increase this, and let me increase this. The forms, we might need this. We might need to work on the form. Yeah, we need to center these texts. So I will call for this, control copy. Actually, I'm just targeting for this, fill in your form details, fill in your details. So after this, it's h3. We go to css dot this h3 is what I'm targeting for. Okay, what do I need h3 to have? By the way, if you didn't know h3, it's this. It's this. Here in the image, you can see that it's centered. It is centered here. So we need to center it here. We need to bring it to the center. In our code, of course, this is it here. Fill in your details and sign up. So for CSS, we shall call this form sign in. Then form sign in h3 CSS. The first things that we might need there is text align. Text align, not text, just text align. And we're saying center. Then font weight. Font weight. We need it to be bold. Okay, Control save. Refresh. Refresh your page. Click here. Good. Good. Everything is okay. Yeah, looks great. What else? Okay. Otherwise, we have completed this, and I'm going to close them up. We're now going to compare, but still we can increase the text size of this. Simple sign up and blah blah, login, simple sign up. You need to find where it is, blah 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 blah. Okay, it's here. So here it's you can find it here. It's h5. It is h5. We can still give it an ID here, or else here you can instead give it ID is equals to hash. You need to use this hash. Then you can say heading. Okay, we call this control copy, control save, go to CSS, hash. Okay, font size 2em, or about this. Control save. Okay, a little bit. Or else you can class is equals to blah 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 blah. ID is h5. I don't think it's okay. Which is here, by the way. The ID is header, and inside header we need h5. So header, we're calling h5, and we're giving it a font size. By the way, you should always use maybe 2em, but I'm just using 12em to see if actually there is any differences. You can see a very big difference. So refresh and let's see what happens. Oh Jesus, so this is too big. Just put there 2em, remove the one, Control F, refresh again. Yes, this is good to go. So thank you all, those who have followed, and we have completed our tutorial. I will close this and this, and I'll say thank you so much. So we are going to compare. Where have we reached? And from this came this. If you click on this, comes this, and from this we also proceeded to this, which is this. So we have accomplished our goal today. Next, we shall link this up and try to come up with an interactive one that goes to a database. Until here, I remain Gerald. Bye.